Title: Grief and Greed. When grief knocks, greed often follows. This is a story about how a moment of heartbreak can open the door to unexpected dangers. It's a true story, one that has happened to many people around the world, people just like you and me. Maya was a young woman, 35 years old, living in a busy city filled with tall buildings and rushing crowds. She had just lost her father. The man who had raised her, who had been her guide and protector, was gone. In an instant, her world changed. Her heart was heavy with sadness, and her mind was filled with confusion and pain. She needed time to heal, time to grieve, and time to be with her family. But in the middle of her pain, someone was waiting. Someone who saw her sadness not as a reason to offer help, but as a chance to take advantage. This person was a scammer, someone who used grief and loss to trick people into giving away their money. When we lose someone we love, our hearts feel heavy, and our minds are often busy with many thoughts. We might be worried about funeral plans, bills to pay, and what the future will look like without that person. Scammers know this. They wait for moments like these, when people are distracted and vulnerable. They send messages that sound kind and professional. They offer help, but their help comes with hidden costs. They make promises that seem real, using official-looking letters and emails to convince us. They want us to believe they are trustworthy. But behind those promises is greed, a desire to take money from people who are already hurting. These scammers don't care about your loss or your pain. They only want to fill their own pockets. This story is not just about Maya. It is about many people who have faced the same danger all around the world. From London to Nairobi, New York to Mumbai, people have fallen victim to these kinds of scams. It does not matter where you live or what language you speak, scammers find ways to reach everyone. The lessons in this story are important. They can help protect you and your loved ones from falling into the same traps. Learning to spot the signs of a scam can make all the difference between safety and loss. It's easy to feel ashamed or embarrassed after being tricked. But shame does not help. Instead, knowledge and awareness are the best defense. The more you know about how scammers work, the better prepared you will be to say no and protect yourself. Sometimes, the hardest part is to stop and think clearly when your emotions are strong. Grief is heavy and confusing, but even in the darkest moments, we must find strength to protect ourselves and our families from those who would use our pain against us. This story will show you how Maya faced this challenge, how she learned to see through the lies and find the courage to speak out, and most importantly, how she turned her loss into a lesson for others, because no one should lose more than a loved one in times of grief. Listen carefully and learn how to spot these traps before it's too late. This is a story about heartbreak, danger, and hope. This is the story of grief and greed. Maya is 35 years old. She lives in a big city, New York, but it could be any busy city in the world. Recently, she lost her father. Life has changed in a moment. Since his death, Maya has been very busy. She needs to arrange the funeral, speak with family, and handle many important papers. Every day feels hard and confusing. The sadness is deep, and sometimes she feels lost and tired. Her family is not peaceful either. Grief brings tension. Small arguments start about money and who should take care of what. Maya tries to keep calm, but it is not easy. Her heart feels heavy, and she worries about everything. One evening, Maya sits alone in her small apartment. She is tired and thinking about her father. Suddenly, her phone rings. The voice on the other side says they are from the bank. They say there is a problem with her father's account and that Maya must act fast to protect the money. Maya does not know what to do. She feels scared and confused. She wonders, what if someone is trying to trick me? What if my family's money is in danger? This call is the start of a new challenge for Maya. It is a test of her trust, her strength, and her ability to be careful. Maya's story is a lesson for all of us. When life is hard, danger can hide in the shadows. But with knowledge and caution, we can protect what matters most. Stay with us to learn more. Just days after Maya's father's funeral, her phone rang again. This time, the voice was calm and kind. It belonged to a man named Daniel. Hello, Maya. My name is Daniel. I'm calling from the International Funeral Support Service. First, I want to say I'm very sorry for your loss. Daniel sounded very professional. He spoke clearly and with respect. Maya felt a little comforted, thinking maybe this man was here to help. Maya, because of your situation, you may be eligible for a bereavement fund. This fund can give you $10,000 to help cover funeral expenses and other costs. Maya's heart jumped. $10,000. That could really help her family. Daniel explained the fund was from a government program. He said many families didn't know about it. He promised he could help Maya get the money quickly. To make things seem real, Daniel sent Maya an email. The email had a fancy government-looking letterhead, with her name and her father's name printed clearly. The letter said Maya was officially approved for the bereavement fund. Maya looked at the email carefully. It had official stamps and even a phone number to call for more information. It seemed real. Daniel told her there was one small step left. Maya needed to provide her bank details to deposit the money. He said it was safe and secure. He even offered to help with any questions, but Maya still felt nervous. Something about the whole thing seemed too easy. Daniel was kind and patient. He told Maya to take her time and not tell anyone else yet. It was a private matter. Maya wanted to trust him. After all, she was grieving, and the money would help with bills piling up. Daniel said, "This fund is for people just like you, Maya. I'm here to make sure you get what you deserve." Maya's world was spinning. She was tired and vulnerable. The kindness in Daniel's voice made her lower her guard. But not everything is as it seems. This was the moment the scam began. Daniel called again. "Maya, before the money can be sent, you need to pay a processing fee of $250. Maya was surprised. "Processing fee? I thought this was a government fund." Daniel spoke kindly but firmly. "Yes, it is, but this fee covers the administrative costs. It's a small amount compared to the $10 you will get. You have to pay it now, up front." Maya felt unsure, but Daniel kept pushing. "Please, Maya, this offer expires in 24 hours. If you miss the deadline, you lose the whole fund. It is urgent." The pressure made Maya nervous. She needed the money, and the time was short. Then Daniel added something that made Maya even more cautious. "This is a private government initiative. Please don't tell anyone. It's confidential." Maya thought, why keep it secret? Daniel said it was to protect her privacy, but Maya wanted to ask her family or friends if this was real. The warning stopped her. Maya now had a hard choice: trust this stranger asking for money, or risk losing the help she desperately needed. She wanted to believe Daniel, but a small voice inside her whispered doubt. She decided to pause and think more before sending any money. Because sometimes, when grief and greed meet, it's easy to lose your guard. Maya was still thinking about Daniel's call when her cousin Tolu walked in. Tolu was 12, always on his phone, and good with technology. Tolu heard the last part of the conversation. "Wait, you have to pay money before getting the fund?" he asked. Maya nodded slowly, unsure. "Yes," he said, "it's a processing fee." Tolu frowned. "That sounds like a scam. Let me check the email he sent you." Tolu took Maya's phone and opened the email from Daniel. He looked closely at the sender's address. "This isn't from any real government office," he said. "Look, the email domain is weird and the letterhead is fake." Maya felt a chill. "So, it's not real?" Tolu nodded. "Definitely not. Scammers often do this. They trick people by making things look official." Tolu didn't stop there. He tried to trace the phone number Daniel had called from, but it was blocked or disconnected. Tolu also replied to the email, asking questions, but no answer came back. "It's like he disappeared," Tolu said. "No phone, no real email, no way to get your money back." Maya felt angry and sad. She had almost fallen for it. But thanks to Tolu, she stopped before sending any money. "I'm so glad you were here," Maya said. Tolu smiled. "Always check twice, and never pay fees to get money from strangers." Maya promised herself to be more careful and to warn others, because in times of grief, scammers use greed to trap people. But knowledge is the best protection. Maya sat quietly, feeling a mix of shame and anger. She was angry at Daniel for trying to trick her, but more than that, she was upset with herself. How could she let her grief make her so blind? She thought about her father and the hard times her family was going through. In that pain, she almost lost more than just money. She almost lost her trust in people. But then Maya made a decision. She wouldn't keep this shame to herself. She wanted to turn her mistake into a lesson. She started writing on social media, sharing her story. She told others how scammers take advantage of sadness and grief. She warned them to always check and never rush. Maya felt better knowing her experience might help someone else avoid the same trap. Grief is hard. It makes us vulnerable. But Maya learned that with a little caution and the courage to speak out, we can protect ourselves and others. She hoped her story would remind everyone, don't let greed and pain make you lose your way. After her painful experience, Maya decided to take action. She didn't want anyone else to fall for the same trick. So, she created a simple checklist called 5 Signs You're Talking to a Scammer. It was easy to understand and could help protect many people. First on her list, they want money up front. Real help, especially from governments or charities, never asks you to pay before you get support. If someone asks for money before giving you anything, it is a big warning sign. Second, they use urgent or emotional pressure. Scammers try to rush you, especially when you are upset or stressed. They say things like, "You have only 24 hours," or "This is a private offer." This is to make you act without thinking. Third, they ask for secrecy. If someone tells you not to tell anyone, not even your family, it means they want to avoid being checked. Real organizations are open and encourage you to ask questions. Fourth, their email addresses look suspicious. Official emails come from clear and trusted sources like .gov or company domains. If the email looks strange or uses free services like Gmail with odd names, be careful. Fifth, they avoid in-person meetings or calls from official numbers. Real organizations will give you a way to meet or talk through official phone numbers. If the person disappears when you ask for proof, they are likely a scammer. Maya posted this checklist online and shared her story in a popular podcast about scams and online safety. She wanted to warn others and help people stay alert. Her story spread fast. Many people thanked her for the advice. She turned her painful loss into a way to protect others. Grief can blind us, but awareness opens our eyes. Don't let scammers profit from your pain. Oh, share this story. Save a soul. If you found this story helpful, follow for more real-life lessons.